Hello, and welcome back. We are ready to do a total body, no equipment needed. I just have an exercise mat. Everything else you don't need. You don't need any extra equipment. Don't need any weights for this. Don't need anything. If you want to add some weights, feel free to. But most of this is sort of more body movements, calisthenics type movements. So we're going to go ahead and get started with our warm up. So let's just go ahead and do some arm circles. We are doing total body. So that means the first half we are doing upper body, and then the second half we are doing lower body. Just going to reverse that round. And we're going to be doing 35 seconds on, 15 seconds off. I wanted to sort of maximize the amount of push that I feel like we can do legitimately for this, whilst not going too high that we're like, I literally can't keep doing this. Not too low that it's more like a HIIT workout, trying to keep it more of a strength workout, whilst being, just body weight only. But we can make it work. We can make it work, that's for sure. We're just going to lunge to the side, stretch over, lunge to the other side, stretch over. Keeping it as a dynamic movement. That means we are keeping it keeping it moving. Okay, let's just go ahead and do some squats. Yeah, squats. I was going to do lunges and then I said squats, so we're doing squats. Okay, let's just do a few of these. The second half is the lower body, so we are just trying to get it all warmed up before we jump in. I always get told off by guys that have short femurs. They're like, oh, why do you lean forward so much? I'm like, because I have longer femurs than you, so I have to. Simple physics. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with our upper body workout. It's gonna be a fun one. It's gonna be an interesting one. I'm gonna give you some options in case. So the first upper body is a lot of push-ups. It's a lot of push-ups. So in any instance that is too much for you to do on your feet, you just switch to your knees. If it's too much on your knees, do it onto an elevated surface. Get a bench, get a chair, and put your upper body onto that. Not your lower body, that'll make it harder. If you want to make it harder, that's how you make it harder. So that's basically what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and get started. So we are doing this upper body set 2 times around. So we're doing both of them 2 times around. We're going to get started on the floor. We're going to do Spider-Man push-ups. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring forward our knee to our arm. If that is too much, just do a simple press up. That's absolutely fine. But if you're able to do the max, do the max. If that one is too hard for you, just do straight push-ups. If that one's too hard for you, go onto your knees. If that's too hard for you, do your knees and then on to an elevated surface. So they are your progressions. Whew. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be a harder one. Okay, we're gonna do scapular push-ups. So staying in that push-up position, and then we're just moving our scapula. So that's like your shoulder part. So you're just dipping, extending through, dipping, extending through, keeping your arms locked out. You want to keep your core engaged this entire time. It's going to really work your core as well. Oh my goodness, I need to move onto my knees. Oh, I tried. Oh, okay. Next up, we are flipping over because we're going to do some tricep dips. This one you can also do onto a bench. If you have a bench, you can put your arms on the bench, feet on the floor, and do it like that. If not, you can just do it as I'm doing it with your hands on the floor. I can really feel it all. You should have warmed up a little bit more with the arms. It's okay. The first time through doesn't have to be so crazy. You can use it to warm up slightly, and then that second round through, really try and hit it, because that's going to be the last time we're doing it. We're going to do our pike push-ups. So if you need to do it on your knees, do it on your knees. If not, jump into that downward dog position, and then you're going to do your pike push-ups. I saw someone trying to say that these were like, they were showing like different levels of difficulty of push-ups, but they were just showing different types of push-ups. Like this push-up, it just targets a different area than a regular push-up. It's not necessarily more easy or more challenging. It's just a different muscle group that it's targeting. The modifications would be, adding elevation, things like that, coming off your knees and things like that. So I thought that was a little bit odd that they would say that. Okay, we're next up going to do side push-ups. Get into that side, laying down like that, and then you're going to push up with that bent arm, just at that hip. If that makes sense. So you're just working through here. Oh man, really should have swept. Not recorded in a while. But we are back to it. We are back to it, my friends. Oh my goodness, we're switching over to the other side. For the other side of side push-ups. There we are. I can get so much more range of motion with this one than the other side. Crazy how one side can just be so much stronger. But this is even my left side, which is odd. But oh well. Try and also maintain that form around your core, keeping it engaged. If you don't know what that means, what I mean by that is sort of keeping your hips in line with your ribs. So it kind of is like a straight tube. If you think about it, like that tube, you don't want to bend it. So you just want it straight down. We're going to go back to our Spider-Man push-ups or just straight push-ups, depending on your level of difficulty. Oh my goodness. Keep my head up. Oh, it's the abs that get going for me, man, on this one. Let's go. Oh my goodness. One more. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Scapular push-ups are next. Just really blasting those abs in these movements. Really gets your abs going, honestly. I find sometimes I feel it even more in my abs than I feel it in other areas. But there is such a thing as mind-muscle connection. And so what you want to do is you want to think about that muscle you're trying to target. Like right here, it's a bit of an obscure muscle. It's not necessarily worked out all the time. So you want to think about those shoulder muscles right down in the center of your back. And you want to be thinking about that. And that's going to help to engage them. Give this example before, but kind of like if you want to move your ears, it's not like you've got a specific, like, it's not like your arm where you just know, oh, that's what we're going to do. You have to just sort of think about, oh, I want to move my ears. And then you're able to do it, which means that it is your mind that is controlling that muscle. And so same way with these exercises. If you're thinking about those muscles that you're working, you're going to help to engage them better. Oh, let's go. Okay, good. Pike push up next. Almost at the end of this upper body set. Feeling good. Let's go. Downward dog position. Like, I personally don't find pike push-ups crazy because I quite enjoy working my shoulders, and I have worked them on various occasions. So I actually find them easier than a regular push-up because my chest is not as strong as my shoulders, it turns out. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Let's go. Okay, side push-ups next. Oh, just lay down. Oh my goodness. I can feel it. That arm that's extended out in front is really just there for balance, support. It's not really got much weight going through it. If you occasionally find yourself putting some weight on it, it's not the end of the world, but just try and focus it all on that other arm, that bent arm, the active working arm. This one's just so much weaker than the other side. Oh my goodness, we got this, guys. Okay, next onto the other side. You know, these like no equipment workouts, I find so humbling because I can sometimes like, you can go to the gym and you can lift heavy, you know, or we do like the other sort of strength training and you're like, wow, I can like really lift a lot more. But usually, like if you're at the gym, especially, you're probably going to take like over an hour to do a workout. Whereas these are going to take 30 minutes, so you're really burning out those muscles in a short space of time. So you're getting that same effect, but quicker. Honestly, just quicker. Whew. Go ahead and grab some water. It is time for a water break. If you need a longer break, no problem. Just go ahead and click pause, and then I'll join you for the lower body portion. But I'm probably going to take away this mat for it. But let's go ahead and get started. So I've gone ahead and removed the mat, which low-key was the only thing that was giving me guidance as to my framing, but we'll be fine. We're gonna go ahead and start off with squat pulses. So just knees, hip distance, and you're going to go down and pulse for 2, and then come back up. So you pulse halfway up, and then come back up. If you need a really good burn, then you can just stay in that pulse position the entire time. If the pulse is too much for you, then just do a regular squat. Those are your progressions. If it's still too hard, just take a little break. It's okay. I can really feel it in my glutes. Okay. Next up, we're doing sumo squats. So if you've been on this channel before on a leg day, you'll know what we mean by this. Legs bigger than hip distance, toes pointing towards each wall, and then you're going to sumo squat it down. So you're just coming down. You don't have to do what I'm doing with my hands. Just sort of find whatever works for me with balance and everything. Keep that torso engaged. I was doing this the other day and my hips were clicking like mad. Something was just off and I was like, I just had to stop. And then honestly, that's how it is. If something feels off, don't push it. Just switch, re-navigate, find something else that works instead for you. We're going to be doing lunges next. These can be quite hard on people's knees. If so, so we're going to do a front and then into a reverse, just on one leg. So just forward and backwards, just on that one leg. Sort of mimicking that walking lunges. But as I was saying, if this is hard on your knees, then maybe opt for doing some more squats. Maybe do side squats instead. And that will be a different movement for you. Whew. You felt that in my leg. Switch into the other side for the next set. Let's go. Let's go. We're going to record a dance workout after this. So make sure to, actually we're probably going to post that first. So you probably have seen it if you're watching this. Honestly, I had a little break this week from recording, and it was because sometimes these dance videos really give me some challenges with my mind with trying to record this stuff. So I get up in my head about it a little bit, and so I let it get in my head and then didn't get any recording done, instead of just focusing on doing something that I know I can do effectively. But yeah, this is again similar, but we're going to do three-way squats. We're going to front, side, back. So front, side, back, back to the side, and back to the front, all on one leg. If you need to take rest, absolutely can do that. This is going to be hard on that other leg. You'd think it might be the one that's moving, but really it's the one that's static. Hey, you can feel that. We see these sort of videos on Instagram. You're like, wow, see those legs? Those legs of steel. Sort of building. Strong legs. Let's go. We're switching to the other side. Same exact thing. Whew. Yourself to the front, to the side, and to the back. Back to the side. Let's go. You feel like you're dancing. Let's go. Oh my goodness. When you look at it, you're like, we're not even nearly done. Craziness. Oh my goodness. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Back to the top with those squat pulses. Oh my goodness. Just regular squats if you need. Staying in the complete squat pulse position if you need a harder workout. But let's go. I'm going to pulse it for 1 and then come up. You can also just pulse it for 2, pulse it for 3, and then come up. You know? It's all up to you. I find when I do this, I can really feel it on my glutes. Really feel right at that bottom range of motion, especially on that pulse, because your glute is in the optimal position to work. And so you can really just squeeze those glutes to pull you up a little bit and then help you back up again. I don't know if my hand movements were a bit weird, but anyways, hopefully I got the picture across. We're doing our sumo squats next. Whew, legs outwards like that. And let's sumo squat. If you need it harder, again, just pulse it. Just pulse it. If it's too hard, just slow it. Well, I'd say slow it down, but that's going to be more time under tension. And so you're really going to think more about, instead of slowing it down, just taking more break. But if you can keep going, it's only 35 seconds, you know, try and see it through to the end. Whew. Lunges, forward, reverse, lunges. Whew. These are really the burnouts. Let's go. Okay, forward, into reverse. Find these ones, really have to find a spot on the wall to look at to help my balance. And then also switching your arms over so it's your opposite arm in front to help that balance. And of course, as I would always say, engaging your core. Oh, my mouth is feeling dry, but we're near the end. Did not grab some water in the water break. I totally should have. Whew. Switching to the other leg. Just gonna stay in the same direction, mainly because that's not really got a definite point where I can look at. Whew. So it makes it a little bit more challenging for that balance. Let's go. And the second one is always going to be a little bit harder because you've already, really worked the leg with the as a support leg, and then you're now getting it to do more movement in a different position. So it's always going to be a little tougher the second one through. But just think, we're so close to the end. We're on to our last exercise. Just doing left and right on them. Whew. Then we're into our cool down. Whew. Cool down and stretch. Try not to yawn so much. Okay, forward, to the side, to the back, and to the side again, and to the front. Bam, bam, bam. Let's go. Oh gosh. Let's go. Hi. Really feel that leg. Okay, other leg. Ooh, let's go. Let's go. We got this. Ooh. Straight to the front, to the side. Take it back now, y'all. To the side again, to the front again. Yeah. Maybe we should do a theme like that. The cha-cha slide workout. I think there are similar ones to that, like push-up variations and things like that. Honestly, as you probably saw in the upper body segment, my upper body is certainly not strong enough for those kind of things. Have you seen like the Sporticus one? Crazy people. Crazy people. Okay. Oh, that's all my sweat that I just splattered into the air. We're gonna move on to our cool down and stretch. I took my mat away, so I think we'll just do it standing. We'll be fine. So let's go ahead. Legs. Oh my goodness. Wider apart. You'd think that I didn't sleep. And stretch to the side. Really feeling it in that inner groin area. Down the side of the leg. Let's go. Let's go, let's go. Okay, now we're going to stretch that leg out a little bit, bend this leg more, and then you're going to stretch across to really feel it in your side. If you need to feel it slightly differently, do whatever it is to feel it down that side of your back. We did work our lats and back as part of the upper body segment. Not loads. They were not really the target areas, but they definitely did get worked. So on to our other side. Same thing, same exact thing. I just realized I didn't talk to you guys about Jesus yet. That's my favorite part, is letting you know about Jesus. So stretch it out. Oh man. Oh, it's so great, honestly. I don't even know where to start. Should have really planned this out ahead of time. Oh my goodness. My goodness. You know, this stretching is so important for recovery. And keeping yourself mobile throughout the day, throughout as you go through everything. It's part of the reason stretching is so good for recovery and everything. But you know what's even better for recovery? The Word of God. See that segue? Oh, girl, you did it. We're going to stretch out to the side, bringing our hands to the front. Honestly, it says the Word of God is like medicine for our body, to our bones, to our body, health to us, because we are born of the Word of God, if you are indeed born again. And so, just the same way that you have to eat right to see the progress that you want to see, is the same way that the Word of God is what we are made up of. And so, we have to do a downward dog. We have to consume the Word to build us up in our real man, which is our spirit man. So that is a key thing for us. And that's why it's so important to read and study the Word, because that's really going to give us the advantage, that recovery, as I said, that medicine for our bodies. Same way that stretching feels so good to those muscles, the same way that the Word of God feels so good to your spirit. You come away from reading the Word and you never regret it. That's one thing. You will never regret spending time with God. You will never. There's many things that you may do in life that you regret. The same way that I don't know, I think it's very hard to regret doing workouts because you have so many endorphins going for you. It's the same way that when you study the Word of God, you will never regret it. Whew. Thank you so much for joining. Gosh, there's just so much sweat in my eye. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for joining, and I hope to see you next time for another workout. I think this week is all no equipment. So shout out to you guys that don't have any equipment. Sure you can enjoy these videos. The next one should be a Pilates video, so that should be a good one to enjoy. Hope to see you then. Until then, stay blessed. God bless you, and I love you.